is a big cost for the lesson.
Okay.
Yeah, so you either face the cost now or face the consequences later.
Okay.
When there's penalties, when there are things that you need to change, transfer later on, having lesser and lesser time to implement.
What do you think are some of the major operation challenges that banks or financial institutions are facing today?
So 4 prongs, basically technology, operations, people, and data. So these are the major either key challenges or also opportunities. So technology, basically like what you have mentioned, the major disruptions coming from new platform, new technology, AI, automation, and so on. But it is also an issue in terms of how we use it. Whether you use it well so that it will assist in your day-to-day, or you're using it in a manner that is not sustainable. The second question is the second obstacle or the second issues will be operations. Is the current operation is adaptive or is it sufficient for to face the new changes or to face the new things that we have in hand? People, of course, skill sets. Are our people capable to actually, take technology as an opportunity rather than a disruption? And of course, data. So you have data quality issues, data availability issues, and also how fast can the data be delivered?
What do you think about legacy infrastructure? Is that one of the obstacles?
Definitely. So the general makeup of the banking industry in Malaysia is quite interesting. So your local banks, years ago, decades ago, you used to have hundreds of banks in Malaysia. And then after that, through central bank's effort, it is more efficient to manage lesser banks. So there's a lot of merger. Through this merger also happens where all these different core banking systems that was being adopted by all these different banks are then merged and managed by one. But some of these banks, what happened is the legacy systems are kept alongside the new system.
Yeah.
So that introduces multiple systems within a bank doing one particular thing, which is store data or which is to manage data. So the problem lies in how do you then centralize? How do you then ensure that whatever that is being reported is accurate or comprehensive? So these were the questions and these were the issues that are relevant to the bank today in terms of operation and in terms of how to manage data for the reporting to the regulator.
B&M is entering into this transition stage, this transition period, where a lot of reports will be retired in regulatory reporting by 2031. And actually, the first phase is due by 2027. So what are your thoughts about that?
So granular data reporting is not something new to Bangalore. So it has been talked about, it has been discussed at length a few years back. So this was also during the 2017 revamp of the International Transaction and External Position System with the latest integrated statistical system, external sector statistics reporting for Bank Negara. So at that time, the exploration was whether or not the industry has the relevant infrastructure to support granular data reporting and whether the readiness is there. So the answer was clear at that moment of time. The technology wasn't there to support such initiative, and the readiness wasn't there for the bank. So now, more so, the question is when. So Project Stream is basically the answer to Bank implement the granular data reporting. So right now, the main issue is there's redundancy in the reporting across multiple subject areas. So this aggregated reporting, for example, your loan data is being reported in 3 different reporting areas, such as StatsMart reporting, which is aggregated financial reporting on a monthly basis, and secrets reporting, which is your monthly credit granular reporting, and then also in external sector statistics, and both cash balance of payments and also external assets and liabilities. And these both are technically granular, but not detailed, not as detailed as per what is now required by Negara. So basically, my thoughts on granular data reporting, it is something necessary.
Okay.
Yeah. Why is more so because we are moving towards more rapid phase development in the ecosystem. So you can see a lot of new products that's being launched in the bank in the economy. A lot of things like being spoken about, like blockchain. You have cryptocurrency. These are all coming fast to the economy. So how do we know the impact?
Yep.
How do we make sure that the economy is basically protected? Or how do we make sure that these changes are beneficiary for the country? So the answer is more granular data. So to ensure decision making can be done faster and appropriate responses can be crafted and designed for particular issues in the market. So we capture majority of the market for regulatory reporting. So majority of our products are being used across the banking industry. Not just the banking industry, also the non-bank financial institutions as well. We follow through with what Project Stream is intended to achieve, which is granular reporting to replace aggregated reporting by bank negara. Basically, we are implementing all the granular data set per required by Managara to be implemented in the banking industry. So how do we approach this is more so we consume your data. How do we consume your data? We consume at a raw level. So means you do not have, because of the time, the granularity that is required, we are not expecting you to process the data for us. So we will just consume the data as per source, and then we will actually map, transform the data set into the centralized version as per what required by bank card. So if say that you have 10 deposit products in your bank, so we will process the 10 different products differently and then merge into one collective deposit data set to be submitted to bank. So the entire shift is basically just to assist the bank in producing and meeting bank requirements. How do we do that? Is we have an extensive knowledge of the market. We are actually, before Project Stream was launched, looking into better ways to process banks data, because we do notice the explosion of the volume of data, and how there are more ways of doing things in the bank thanks to technology. And so basically, our answer is to come up with more centralized data sourcing.
All right.
So that the bank does not have to actually think about how to map it to our system. So IRIS is the answer to that. And basically, we're trying as much as possible to reduce redundancy in terms of operations. You don't have to do multiple data quality checks for the different products. We introduce one centralized one, and then trace it and track it and monitor it in one system and one platform.
So if for banks or financial institutions that are looking for a regulatory reporting solution, right, that is able to incorporate granular reporting officially, what are the elements of consideration that you would recommend to them? Is it governance? Is it the experience of the company? The research that went into the solution? What should they consider when getting a regulatory reporting solution?
I would say experience and knowledge, because this is what we lack in the market. So people who are actually capable of looking at the data from granular, build it up into what the regulator wanted. So basically, we are supported by a couple of advisors that have or used to work in the banking industry as head of reporting, and some of these are from the big banks. Okay, this is the big volume banks, and I myself is from Banagara and also HSBC. So basically, all this experience collectively is to build something that could assist bank operationally, as well as making sure that there are no non-compliance issues with the data. As per, I think the industry is well aware. Banagara is looking into also penalizing penalizing the banking industry for any non-compliance in terms of accuracy of the data. So there are more focus on regulatory reporting now because of this. So we are looking into how to make sure quality checkings are done proactively rather than reactively. Upon there's non-compliance issue, then only you. It's more so now, how do we do it proactively? So that is things that we're building in areas to help the banking industries to better manage, monitor this.
For more granular teams that are handling this in their respective banks or organizations, right? Yeah, what would be your advice to them?
So perfection is not guaranteed, I would say, but with technology, you can achieve close to it. How? Basically, we have to build a knowledge base where the system can recognize what are the issues that the bank is facing, and you no longer require somebody else to monitor or for PICs or personnel to actually look into the data every day or every second. So how does the system comes into picture? So quality checks, automated, and some mechanism of learning to make sure any repetitive issues is being caught by the system rather than the human person. And also, of course, monitoring of the quality and the alert mechanism.
Okay.
Yeah. So some sort of alert mechanism has to be, because how the regulation is as well, yes, it is supportive of technology, but at the same time, there are still several processes that has to be through a human person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because ultimately, then you cannot make a system accountable. It's
Understood.
always a person, the CFO or the CRO. So these are the person that are key to hold the responsibility to make sure that the reporting is done correctly. So in that case, then you still need a form of intervention to make sure all the ratification is done. So how do we help? Is we present a more digestible report for all this management or head of departments to actually look to the data. One of it is by comparing the aggregation of the granular data against, for example, the golden source of truth for the bank is the general ledger. So we can compare it against the general ledger just to make sure it's accurate. So all of the data prior to the submission for the day, since it is a day-to-day transaction, a day-to-day reporting. So at the end of the day, as long as it matches with your general ledger, it's fine. But that also brings another issue where for banks that has a lot of operational issues and are using manual interventions to rectify, there will be a problem to your end because
Okay.
you no longer have 5 to 15 days to rectify this error, but you only have a few hours.
Whoa.
Yes. So in that case, it's not advisable for you to manage it to reporting. You have to manage it to improving or fixing or rectifying your operation process. So that's why the 4 prongs is very important: technology, operations, people, and data.
Got it.
Operation is one of it. Yeah. So a lot of transformation is required, not just in the system, but also on the processes.
Where do you think we will be going in the next couple of years, especially for regulatory reporting? What is your prediction about this?
My prediction is very easy. It's going to be very messy because I think some of the banks that we engaged are very aware of how this change is going to impact their end-to-end. So like I would say the 4 prongs: technology, people, operation, and data. So some of them are taking the initiative already to actually look into how do they need to transform the whole entire life cycle, because regulatory reporting actually touches all aspects of the bank. We are like the final end of the whole life cycle. You have your production, which is the products. You have the customer segments, the middle office, the back office, and then you have us.
Okay.
So we technically, when there's a big change at the regulatory reporting side, typically there's a big change across, or a big change is required across. So how we say the banks actually have to move out of the way that they're doing things operationally now, and also how they introduce their products nowadays. a lot of those has to change, and all consideration has to be more holistic. Product cannot only see or look into just profitability.
Yeah.
You also have to look into regulatory reporting as well. What are the requirements? What are kind of data that we are looking at? What kind of quality are we requiring? Things like that. So there has to be more better engagement and awareness across the whole entire ecosystem.
Okay.
Not just the regulatory reporting people, but the product people, the operation people, the back office people, the middle office people. So
Yeah.
all these people have to be aware of what's happening. Or else it will be very tedious to actually do the changes at just the regulatory reporting side,
Yeah.
which we undoubtedly will happen to certain institutions, but it's a big cost for the lesson.
Okay.
Yeah, so you either face the cost now, purchase our solution, or face the consequences later.
Okay.
When there's penalties, when there are things that you need to change, transfer later on, having lesser and lesser time to implement. So those are the costs and consideration and the risks that the bank has to move to.
Okay.
Yeah. In terms of trend, ultimately, how the global shift is happening with technology as well. Granular data reporting is something unavoidable.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
It's
the
inevitable.
changes in the future will be is going to be more and more rapid or fast paced.
Yeah.
So now it's like end of the day reporting. In the future, it could be at any time
Yeah.
or as and when transaction occurs, then you have to report. So those are the things I foresee will happen.
Okay. So if you could leave our audience with one thought for the future, what would it be?
In the future, it's basically you have to transform the way of
Okay.
things, how you manage and do things, and make data a more crucial component of your institution. So, like I was previously mentioned, data is also your asset.
Yeah.
So, how do you manage it? So, a better management of your asset is when you have more data or
Yeah.
more awareness of your asset. How do you get more awareness of your asset? It's by more data.